Greetings. Welcome to my channel. This is Patty Jakes. So today's topic is going to be about X39. Like I said, I got my cross here and I have my X, and originally I bought this for XRP, which is a big part of my life, but also X39. I was introduced to X39. Well, actually, I was introduced originally to it a few years back by a customer of mine, but I didn't really understand it. And it wasn't until a good friend of mine who's a nurse, her name's Diane, and she's been a nurse for over 20 years in the cardiac unit in New York City, although now she doesn't live there. But she reached out to me about a year ago. It was literally a year, literally maybe a year ago, 2 weeks ago. And she said to me, hey, have you heard of X39 LifeWave? And I said, I have actually heard of it, and I actually bought some patches from my son's friend, but I had them in the drawer, wasn't using them at all. I kept forgetting to put them on, plus I didn't really understand how they were going to help me. And what happened was my husband was suffering from an autoimmune disease called pulmonary sarcoidosis, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. It had been months and nothing, it was getting worse. He was on chemo pills, methotrexate. He was on a bunch of other medications, and he was still not feeling well. It was to the point where literally I was afraid I was going to lose him because, well, he couldn't work. Number one, he couldn't breathe. Number two is really important. And the medicine wasn't working, which didn't make sense. So I said, well, do you think it might help with Tim's autoimmune disease? And she goes, yeah, I think it might, it definitely can help because it's waking up your stem cells. It's reversing your body's age. It's helping heal your body. Because the thing is, what she explained to me was that by the time we're 60, which I'm going to be 60 in less than a year, you only have less than 10% of your stem cells. All the rest of the stem cells are sleeping, lying dormant in your body. And so there are ways to wake up your stem cells. And there's a copper peptide called GHKCU, which of course I'm not a medical professional at all. So, this is all technological. It's not medical. But it's a frequency in this patch that actually wakes up your stem cells. And through a copper peptide called GHKCU. That's basically what she told me. She goes, so this may help you. Well, I had nothing to lose. It's a $3.33 day patch. I mean, literally, if you count taxes, maybe $3.50 a day to wear this patch. And I was like, well, hey, I will try anything because number one, my husband can't breathe and we're having some problems here. And number two, I've got problems anyway. I've got osteoporosis. I've got, my shoulder problem. I've got all these, not life-threatening problems, but I mean, my number one concern was Tim. And the second thing was, well, I'll try him too. So that's kind of how it all started. Okay, I had to go and get my patches to show you guys. So basically, we went and tried the patches. Well, within 2 weeks, I noticed a difference. I was sleeping better. I felt, I always sleep well, in my opinion, but I was sleeping better than I normally do. And then number two, the shoulder pain that I was waking up with every morning was not there anymore after 2 weeks. I was like, wow, this is something great. That's, little things that I'm noticing. Then my husband, by the way, when I first started patching him with the patch, he was like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Not going to work. Not going to work. I'm like, listen, you're wearing this patch because we have nothing to lose. I already bought them and we're going to try them. And these weren't, I wasn't even signed up with a company. I had bought these patches for my son's friend. So at the time, a year ago. So I'm like, you're going to try these patches, and I'm going to try these patches, and we're going to try them. So this is what it looks like. It's a little patch. It's like, It says X39 on the back, and you know, it's like the size of a quarter, and you just stick it wherever you want, back of your neck, wherever you want. So it can be put anywhere. It should be put, if you have any pain issues, you can put it where that is. So Tim's like, oh, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not gonna. I was like, listen, we're going to try this. So we do. 3 weeks into the patches, Tim's like, hey, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling like I can breathe better, and I think I'm going to be able to go back to work. So I was like, wow, that's wonderful. Well, that's even better. I mean, you're feeling great? Awesome. See, and as time has gone on, it's been a year now, we actually found a specialist. We had a specialist locally that we weren't too happy with. He was never around. So he was having his assistant be the doctor for Tim instead of him. So Tim said, hey, I'm going to see if I can find a specialist that really is like the best of the best of the best in, for pulmonary sarcoidosis. So we find a doctor. He's in Tampa, and it's like a 6-month wait to see him. So we wait on that. Okay, so we just saw him literally about a month ago. Tim got a clean bill of health. He's doing fantastic. The doctor said he doesn't need Tim had taken himself off of the medicine after about 6 months ago. And sorry, I got a tickle, like, I don't know. I probably have a cat here somewhere flying around here. But so basically, Tim got a clean bill of health. The specialist that's like the best of the best of the best said, you're good. And he's like, you're not taking medicine, are you? And Tim's like, no, I took myself off of the medicine 6 months ago. He's like, great, you're doing great. You may never have another flare-up. You're doing awesome. And I'm going to tell you, if it wasn't for the LifeWave patches, I know for a fact in my own mind that was the only thing that we did differently. Number 2, I went and got my blood work done. I had been on the patches for about 6 months. My doctor sits down with me and says, well, you know how you've had a fatty liver? I said, yeah, I've had a fatty liver for 25 plus years. And she goes, well, you no longer have a fatty liver. I'm like, what? I'm like, wow. Have you seen this before? Have you ever seen somebody reverse a fatty liver? And she's like, no, I've never seen that happen before. So on top of that, I actually have a therapist that had heard about the patches. When I told him a year ago that I was taking these patches, he said, I had a patient that went on those patches and was able to get off of their antidepressants. He goes, sign me up. I want to start taking the patches because my wife has an autoimmune disease, and now they're doing great. His wife has been doing great with the patches, but he's like, do you want me to wean you off of your antidepressants? And I said, honestly, I wasn't planning that. That was definitely not in the cards. But I said, well, maybe, I guess we can try that. Honestly, I wasn't thinking about it, but okay. So he slowly weaned me off of my antidepressants, and I've been off of them for months now, at least 4 months, and completely off. And I was on two antidepressants at the time. By the way, I've been on antidepressants for 25 years, and I got sober 23 years ago. So I did try to go off of my antidepressants about 9 years ago, 9 or 10 years ago when we moved to Florida. And it was a bad scene. I was off of them for a while, and then I started getting depressed really bad, and I had to go back on them. So, but I've had no depression problems being on the patches. I mean, like literally, I wake up. Normally, when I was on antidepressants, I would still suffer from depression, but not as bad. So I noticed once I've been wearing the patches that what I was trying to say is that I noticed that even when I took antidepressants, I would still suffer from depression, not as bad. But while I was on the patches, I didn't even have that slight depression that I normally would be struggling with. So I do take an additional patch. There's another patch called Aeon, A-E-O-N, that I take along with the X39 which helps with it's, I don't know if we would say it helps with depression, but it helps with your psychological. It does a lot. The Eon patch works with the X39 to help regulate our whole system. And I'm not sure if it's just that additional patch that's helping, but I definitely noticed that I don't have any depression at all with being on the patches, and I highly recommend them for that as well. But this is not medical advice. This is not a medical product. It's not medical at all. It's a technological product with a frequency that is waking up your genes, your stem cells, and it is, they even say it's reversal. It's reversing your body's age. Actually, they've done studies, medical studies actually, where it reverses your heart by 8 years if you wear the patch for 6 months, the X39. And I actually have a testimony of someone whose husband had heart disease, and he was only on the patches for about 3 months, and went to the doctors, and the doctor couldn't find any heart disease. And he was like, "What are you doing, Dave? What are you doing? What's going on with your heart? I can't find any heart disease." So, you'll be able to, I will link all the informational, not to sign up, but just informational, a website called thisisit.info.com. And that website has testimonies. I'll give a website for the thisisit.info.com testimonies as well. So there's a couple of websites just so that you can see other people. There's thousands and thousands of people with testimonies about LifeWave and X39, and they're actually coming out with a documentary any day now. And it's there's a new product coming out. It's a water machine, and it's going to knock the socks off of all of us. So can't wait to get that one. So so if you have any questions, if you want to know any information, please reach out to me. I'm happy to have you can do a money back guarantee and try the patches. I'm going to tell you, you won't regret it. I know I have not. I just keep getting better and better. It reversed my fatty liver. It reversed my depression. It's helping with my osteoporosis. I haven't had a test on that yet, but I know my shoulder is doing better, although I still have issues, where I go to somebody to help stretch and stuff, but it is helping me, and I know that I feel 100% better. But the real testimony was Tim, where he does not have to take any medicine for his pulmonary sarcoidosis, and he's doing fantastic. So, follow us on the journey. This is another journey that God wants us to be healthy, wealthy with XRP, and also, there are other revenue streams, and everything is about multiple revenue streams, because even if you have a regular day job, it's always good to have a side. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my phone, and I'm actually out looking to get a new phone because I need more storage in my phone. So sorry, I keep having to redo this, but what I want to say is multiple streams of revenue are really important. And I highly recommend that. That's what all the rich and successful people talk about, is multiple streams of income. So I'm here to help you with different revenue streams, because there are a lot out there, but you got to find what resonates with you. And I know for me, I feel X39, LifeWave, this is this is the fastest growing company in the world. So for a multi-level marketing company, and you can't buy this at the store at CVS because it's word of mouth. Because for me to show you what has happened to me because of X39, it can't be sold in a store. It has to be sold from people to people, word of mouth. And so they do give 60% of the profits back to all of us, which is a wonderful thing. So that is also a great revenue stream. So along with other things that I do, I do the crypto, but that is more of, that's not a job to me. That is, an investment. So that's more of an investment product. But I mean, this is not financial advice or medical advice. This is just what I'm doing to help the world, because I want to give back to the world. I want a cat sanctuary so bad. And God told me if I listen to him, I will have that cat sanctuary. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm doing my part. And I want to bless all of you. God bless you all. Thank you for watching my videos. And if you can, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And pass it on to others. Thank you. God bless.